Hello again. Welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. Paul Schrimpf here with Eric Sfiligoj. It's a busy time in the field. We know because we hear less and less from our retail friends as they start to get themselves out in the field and meet with growers and figure out what's what. It feels a little bit quieter, I think, this time of year in terms of what's going on. But we're doing a lot of things to plan, and of course, there's a lot of news out in the market. We're really interested to, I guess first of all, I wanted to talk about InfoAg. We're still the InfoAg conference. We do partner with IPNI and doing the trade show booth area, and also help with some of the coordination of the conference as well. We're already sold out of booth space. We're trying to find some other places for booths, but it's still a tremendous amount of interest in precision ag, and along with InfoAg, we're doing a couple of events come later in the year in August. Before the Farm Progress Conference, we're doing we're calling Innovation Series meeting August 29th, and then we're calling a Precision Ag Vision Conference, which I think I mentioned last time, come October 18th through the 20th in Phoenix. So. And interest in those is very, very high too. So we're really happy about that, and we're looking forward to putting those together for the market. But so you've been keeping an eye on some things, Eric. What's going on in your world, the news?
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, as you may remember, folks, about a year ago it was, Monsanto actually put in a bid to acquire Syngenta, which ultimately did not happen. Now, rumor has it, of course, Paul, I know we're called Crop Life Retail Week, but maybe we should shorten our show's name, like TMZ, to maybe CRW. Based on sources from the CRW, folks from Monsanto were meeting in Chicago a couple weeks ago, talking about a possible new acquisition target. Plan A, as I said, was Syngenta, and it looks like Plan B, letter B being the key here, might be Bayer Crop Science. Supposedly Monsanto has its eye on Bayer's Crop Science group. Combining those two companies, you would end up with a company that would be the largest in both crop protection and seed worldwide. So could be a powerhouse deal if it happens. Projected price for that would be about $30 billion. Monsanto to acquire Crop Science. But the catch to all this, of course, is Crop Science makes a lot of money for Bayer, and most analysts do not think that Bayer would be inclined to sell. So have to stay tuned on that one, because possibly it might happen, but more likely or not, Monsanto will probably have to look at a Plan C. But we'll be following this at the CRW.
Interesting. The world continues to turn in the crop protection market. One other thing, it was very interesting with as I mentioned last week, there was the vote on the GMO preemption bill, and nothing is moving in the Senate, and so we saw a reaction which I'm gathering is because the Vermont law, the statewide law on GMO labeling, is coming into effect. That the General Mills and now M&M Mars have both decided that they're going to go ahead and label. And it's a shame that we can't have this preemption in effect. I mean, the biggest problem is whether you're for or against labeling, is in your segment of the industry, is that we have potentially a variety of different state laws that come into effect, and every month and every month that passes that we eventually do have a federal preemption, and it will essentially make the food manufacturers have to relabel again based on federal standards instead of individual state standards. It's going to be a growing nightmare. And if it successfully turns food companies toward GMO labeling, you'll probably see more states getting on board. So, I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. It's a shame. It really is. I mean, the federal government really should be taking a leadership role on this and figuring out at least a single way to do this, as opposed to bending to 50 different states and what they might what particulars they might want on labeling. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things that have to happen yet, but it's too bad that we're getting pushed in that direction.
Yeah, and it is a shame, Paul, because ultimately you know that there will be some type of national standard that ultimately will be set. And like you say, there's going to be a lot of wasted time and effort before that happens. And like you said, a lot of energy is going to be wasted, a lot of money is going to be wasted. And in the end, there probably will be some type of national labeling law out there for GMOs, and the industry will have to adapt to that. So we'll have to ultimately see what happens the rest of here of 2016.
Yep, more things to watch for us. So that's it for this edition of Crop Life Retail Week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.